everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be taking another look at some of the free templates they've got in the Simply Cards and Papercraft issue 211. We're going to be looking at the Christmas cracker here. So there is the templates I showed in my previous video, all the templates and papers you could download from their website. I really wanted to have a go at creating this Christmas cracker, and I was really surprised at just how sort of big it was. And this would be perfect if you are doing more of a handmade Christmas this year. You can fit some really decent things within this. It's not like a really tiny Christmas cracker, and so this is the first time I've had a go at doing it, and like I said, I'm really impressed. So I'm going to be doing a combination of following the instructions that come in the magazine and then kind of just doing my own sort of a thing. So I first started off by cutting down a 12 by 12 inch patterned paper down to 12 and 10 inch. And then I'm just going to do some additional scores along the 12-inch side of this cardstock. So I'm scoring at 1.5, 2 3/4, 4 inch, 8 inch, 9 1/4, and 10 1/2 inch as well. Then what I'm going to do is rotate the cardstock along the shorter side, and then I'm going to score at 3 inch, 6 inch, and 9 inch. And according to the instructions, this is going to leave a small 1 inch joining tab that we can put our double-sided tape on to sort of adhere everything together. You'll notice that I used my Tonic Studios paper trimmer with the sort of built-in score tool rather than using the Crafter's Companion guillotine that I purchased. I just really wanted to make sure that my lines were sort of perfectly straight, so that's why I went back to this paper trimmer, and it just worked really well. So after I have just enforced all of the creases, so this isn't a particularly thick cardstock here, so all the creases do just work really well. I haven't got any sort of ripped sections or anything like that. I didn't press too hard with my score tool, but you can see on the underside, so on the white side, you can really see where these score marks are. So next in the instructions, it tells you to cut the diamond shapes between the 1 inch and 4 inch score lines. So I think this is a misprint because we actually scored our cardstock at 1.5 inch. So you've got the 1.5 inch and the 4 inch score lines is where you need to create your diamonds. So to create the diamond cutouts, the first lines I cut was going along the fold lines from the 1.5 to 4 inch score lines. That gave me the cut in the one direction. I then rotated the cardstock, and then using the center point where the fold lines overlap each other, I then measured 1 1/4 inch either side, and that is then going to give the center cutout for our diamond shape. So I don't think the instructions were super specific about sort of creating these sort of diamond shapes or anything. It goes on then to talk about how to decorate it, the size you need to cut your cardstock, and while I do think that is useful, I wish that it had a little bit more in-depth information about actually constructing it and cutting these. I will be honest, maybe some of you sort of did this and found it really easy and knew exactly where you was cutting and the measurements to cut it to. I did have to sit for a minute or two and sort of work out exactly where I needed to cut these lines here. But I mean, we got there in the end, so it still worked out really well. So to finish this up, all I'm going to do is match up the ends of my cut lines, and that is then just going to cut out this diamond perfectly. So after you've done the 3 full diamonds, you do need then to cut 2 diamonds that actually come off the side of the cardstock. So again, in the instructions, there's not actually anything in there about how to cut these, what sort of angles or size or whatever. There's just nothing really in the instructions about it, so I did kind of make it up. I did try to follow the template as much as possible and kind of look at how much of the diamond there was still on the cardstock, and to be honest, I just really made it up. So I do wish the instructions had a little less about how to decorate it and the size of decorating it and things, and maybe just a little bit more about the actual construction of the project itself. But we sort of got there in the end. Like I said, I just used the template as much as possible just to look at the sort of shape of the diamonds that was still left on the cardstock. Overall, though, I am really pleased that they've included this template. This isn't something that I probably would have thought to have a go at creating, so I'm really happy that they have added a template for this. Like I said at the beginning, I'm really happy with the size of the cracker itself, and I think this would be great for really customizing it to each person, maybe sat at the table. It's a great size to fill it with a few different bits and pieces, and like I said, just really personalize it for that particular person. So you can see we've got all our fold marks and we've got everything cut that we need to get cut in this. So we can just assemble this. So when it comes to the instructions, so there's 6 steps to creating this. I literally did step 1, step 2, and then just went straight to step 6, which was the construction of it. So the instructions in the magazine say to add double-sided tape and glue to the small 1-inch joining tab, attach on the inside and secure the remaining panel to the cracker. So you can see I'm using some strong double-sided tape. So I decided to put a piece of this along the top and the bottom of this 1-inch tab, just to make sure that it held down and it was super secure. And then all you need to do is just match this up with the other side, and again then your flap is going to sit on the inside. So because it was a triangle, it was just a little bit fiddly, and obviously you just want to make sure that you get it down in the right place. Basically, obviously the double line of tape is a strong adhesive, so you want to make sure you get it in the right spot. Of course you could use other types of glue and adhesives. I just decided to go with this strong red line of tape here. So once you've got then that middle flap secured, you can then do the 2 outside pieces. And again, this is then where I noticed maybe I'd cut it too wide, because you could still see a little bit of that flap, but I just went ahead and cut some of that off. So I wasn't really sort of too worried about that. But you can really see how this has come together. So I'm just going to add some gold ribbon to this. I'm not going to sort of decorate it anymore, because I really wanted this video to be more just showing you how to create this. I mean, I'm not the kind of person who can really follow word instructions. I do learn a lot better by sort of seeing somebody do it, and hopefully if that's the same for you guys, you'll find this video really helpful if you do want to have a go at creating the crackers. But the templates and the instructions are a really great place to start. So like I said, I'm not going to sort of decorate this anymore. I do add 2 pieces just to the end of it in the video, mainly because I was trying out a punch. But that is essentially it for today's video. Hopefully you find this helpful if this is something that you want to have a go at. There is a really great tip in here actually, and it says to create a template in real size, just using a piece of cardstock, and then it means you don't have to worry about measuring your cut lines again. So I think that might be a really great idea. But hopefully you find this video helpful and interesting. Maybe it might inspire you to go and have a go at creating your own crackers. Like I said, they are really fantastic sizes, so I would really urge you to have a go at this. So that's it for this video. There will be a link to the products in the description box down below, and there will be a link to my blog, so you can go over and check that out as well. So if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so you don't miss out on any future videos. So that's it for today. Thanks very much and happy crafting.